European Investment Bank is in regular formal and informal exchange with civil society organizations. But for the first time on the 17th of October, it organized the meeting between NGOs and members of the EIB board.
This day, a very interesting and constructive exchange of views on climate action, SME lending, and the development dimension of our lending, the three topics that we have selected for this working day. But we expect also beyond this a real exchange of views with our board members under the chairmanship of Philippe Mechta.
The board decides on financing projects on the bank's lending priorities and policies. 80 participants from 50 organizations participated to the debates. The bank plays an important role in supporting investments that contribute to fighting climate change. Can the EIB lead the way on the decarbonization of the energy sector?
The EIB is the world's largest lender for climate action projects. It's quite a responsibility.
Civil society representatives encourage the EIB to become the learning hub on how to fund innovative projects. SMEs are the backbone of the European economy, and the EIB stepped up its lending following the credit crunch in 2008.
The question we pose to ourselves is, what will now the next phase of the crisis bring? Do we see the situation that the banking sector is out of itself able to provide lending to small and medium-sized enterprises, or is blocked and needs deblocking initiatives? And perhaps also our panelists could help ourselves.
The EIB should do even more. And so then the question is, how can this best be done?
Only 10% of the EIB's financing goes to operations outside the European Union, but the bank is seen as a critically important development partner.
One thing we've learned very crystal clear in the last half century of aid and in the aid industry is that development has to be led by developing countries and developing countries' institutions. The equivalent in terms of providing finance are actually national development banks, which have been greatly dismissed in the past. So I would ask the EIB, basically, to do exactly in developing countries what it does in Europe. Work more with public credit institutions of countries, which are the ones which can be the financial muscles to implement national development strategies.
Our overriding aim in the ACP world is, of course, to support projects that deliver sustainable economic, social, and environmental benefits. And this is where the discussion is going to be, I think, in the rest of this session.
We heard this morning that the EIB cannot do everything. Well, I would suggest the EIB should do everything in its power.
I thought that the discussions were very cooperative and constructive, and the whole climate of the meeting I experienced to be very good.
I think this is the first direct encounter between the board members, who try to ensure that the bank is managed in line with its statute, with the treaty, and those who follow and scrutinize its activities. And I think we should try to achieve the same level of transparency with organizations like yours. So this, in my view, would require regular interaction with you as representative of civil society organization and with the board and the management committee of the bank. So I think that today is a premiere. It's the first time we organize such a meeting, but in my view, this should not be the last one. I hope that it will be possible to continue a regular dialogue.